Hey, Team Vericast. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are watching this. Really glad to join all of you to chat about innovation and trends that we're seeing in the industry. I see some familiar faces and plenty of new faces here. So again, thanks for joining. I really look forward to getting to know all of you a bit more as we surface some new ideas and grow the business here at Vericast. If we've been on Zoom meetings together, you know that I often transport myself to some fun and exotic locations during our meetings. Sometimes I'm working from the Dunder Mifflin office in Scranton, PA with Jim and Pam and Stanley behind me. Other days I'm in Springfield hanging out with the Simpsons in their living room. Or maybe I'm on a beach in the tropics somewhere. But my absolute favorite of all my backgrounds and places to transport myself is Citi Field, home of my New York Mets. I am a huge Mets fan. I know. I hear laughs from the other baseball fans out there and snickers. Being a Mets fan, it's really tough team to root for. And it has been quite a while since the Mets last won the World Series.
Got him!
The most popular movie that year was Top Gun. The top song in the US was That's What Friends Are For. And Oprah Winfrey debuted her first talk show.
I'm Oprah Winfrey, and welcome to the very first National Oprah Winfrey Show!
I was 5 years old, and the year was 1986. I have some fond memories of that year. Spent plenty of time in the family station wagon listening to AM radio and my New York Mets. There is something incredible about listening to a baseball game on the radio. This select group of broadcasters sitting above a field, relaying each play as it happens in real time. They make some small talk in between. You hear the fans cheering, a beer vendor shouting in the background. If you close your eyes, you can almost transport yourself there. Honestly, up until recently, I took this beautiful art of sports radio broadcasting for granted. And that was until recently when I heard the story about Harold Arlen. Does anybody know who Harold Arlen is? You could raise your hand, put the little emoji, hand up guy up. If you do, I'm very impressed. And you should absolutely audition for Jeopardy because that is some crazy knowledge and I'm sure you will do really great. Well, I'm going to take a break. I will let Wayne Randazzo of the New York Mets radio broadcast team tell you a little bit more about Harold and his story.
What's up, Team Vericast? This is Wayne Randazzo from Mets Radio. Just wanted to say hello and tell you a little story about a man named Harold Arlen. He worked at KDKA in Pittsburgh. He was one of many engineers that they tried out to get the radio station going. He was the first broadcaster for a Major League Baseball game between the Pirates and the Phillies in 1921. It was actually almost 100 years ago today that the Pirates and Phillies had that broadcast on KDKA. But Harold Arlen didn't just stop at the first baseball broadcast. He broadcasted the first college football game. He broadcasted the first boxing match. He broadcasted the first tennis match. KDKA's first transmission on the radio was actually to broadcast the results of the 1920 presidential election, which was won by Warren G. Harding. So Harold Arlen was in the center of all of this, and he became one of the most well-known broadcasters in American history and in European history because of what he was able to do and to innovate in a way, doing things that we all know now, right? We watch baseball, we listen to baseball on the radio, we listen to college football games, we listen to celebrity interviews and presidential election results all the time. And really all of that became a thing because of Harold Arlen and KDKA in Pittsburgh. Hope this helps, Team Vericast. Thank you, Adam, for reaching out, and let's go Mets.
Thank you, Wayne. Love that story. Harold Arlen, wow. He identified a trend. The world was changing. All these people had radios in their homes now. There was a need for broadcasting more than news and music. He realized that he could try something entirely new and different with the tools that he had at his disposal. He had a team of passionate engineers who rigged up a makeshift portable microphone that he took to the baseball stadium. Wow, totally reinvented the business model for radio. Today, 100 years later, the need to innovate has never been greater. People are shopping in new ways. Technology is driving that and advancing to support that demand. It's crazy. 25 years ago, people said they would never buy books on the internet. Today, that bookstore is a leader in cloud computing, can deliver groceries to your doorstep, and they produce Emmy award-winning television series. 15 years ago, we had to go to an actual store to rent a movie. Today, we live in a streaming world where kids will never need to be kind and rewind. The downfall of Blockbuster, the rise of Netflix, is a great story for another time. Scan the QR code right on the screen, take you to my favorite YouTube video. I think it's 13 minutes. Do a much better job than I ever could. 3 years ago, people said they would never have someone else go and pick out their groceries for them. Well, driven by so many factors, the rise of the gig economy and workers, advancements in technology platforms for e-commerce, COVID, and simply consumers' expectations for convenience, online grocery and delivery has grown so rapidly and only is trending upwards. Some studies have shown that almost 50% of the population have become digital grocery buyers in the last 2 years. US grocery e-commerce sales in 2021 are projected to exceed $112 billion.
More people shopping online than ever before, this shift in consumer behavior is changing the way brands promote their products. This year, for the first time ever, digital advertising will account for more than half of global ad spend. While brands have become accustomed to targeting audiences as they browse social media or research products on Google, brands are now shifting their media investments towards retail media to connect with consumers as they shop. The ads that are featured on a retail website, app, or other online platform is known as retail media. Retail media allows brands to advertise their products near the point of sale, which makes it easier for consumers to convert. These ads could appear when someone types a relevant search term into Amazon, or shoppers browse a particular product category on their favorite supermarket site. This is the e-commerce equivalent of in-store advertising and can help brands capture audiences at the most influential point in their digital customer journey. Retail media is having far-reaching consequences for all e-commerce stakeholders. For online retailers, it provides a new revenue stream, which is huge when you consider that CPG profit margins have been decreasing. For the end consumer, it means lower and more consistent prices because stores that operate a retail media network will avoid sudden price hikes that could negatively impact traffic and ad revenue. Retail media is also changing the way shoppers and brands interact. While it will take some time for the brands to get used to, it's worth the investment because of all the unique advantages retail media can offer them. Number one, in-depth data. Because sales take place on retail platforms, each retail media network can collect first-party data on buyer behavior. This is a lot more reliable than the data that comes through third-party cookies. And with the internet browsers moving to phase out third-party cookies altogether, retail media is future-proof. The data collected varies a lot, but if the retail media network can integrate loyalty programs, it may have access to in-depth and insightful information about shoppers that will allow brands to target and customize their ads for maximum impact. Next level personalization. Retail media allows brands to customize their message to increase sales, improve ROI, and provide a seamless customer experience. You can go even further by personalizing offers to appeal to different audience segments. An example of high quality targeting, let's look at supermarket Kroger. Loyalty cards are used with 96% of their transactions on their retail media network. Brands can target shoppers based on everything from their household size to personal preference to their favorite flavors of ice cream. Many networks can even enable brands to send their customers highly relevant coupons and promotions within emails. This level of personalization makes it really easy for brands to attract new customers and introduce current users to their new product innovations. Next, perfectly timed ads. Retail media allows you to get your message to consumers who are in shopping mode. They're on a retail website to reach or buy a product. So there's no better time to promote your brand. Conversions are one click away. When executed effectively, retail media ads are distinctive and prominently placed, so they're a great way to win the space on the digital shelf. Also, clear conversion tracking. Because ad impressions and sales take place on the same platform, brand marketers can accurately track the impact of their ads. It provides clear ROI insights and allows brands to invest in the strategies that boost their bottom line the most. With the likes of Facebook and Google, there isn't the same level of accountability because the customer's journey can't always be tracked to the point of sale. Some of the retail media networks that are leading in 2021 have been around for a while, and some of them are new. Amazon certainly leads the space. eBay is still a large marketplace where brands across all industries sell all types of things. Also, Criteo, their retail media network, allows brands to advertise products across a wide range of websites through one convenient central platform. Right now, brands use Criteo to buy ads across Costco, Target, Best Buy, CVS, Walgreens, even some Walmart inventory. So whenever vertical brands are looking for, they're usually able to find an ad placement that suits their needs at a price that they were willing to pay. Walmart has emerged as a huge player in retail media. Walmart, they sell everything from groceries to electronics to beauty products, furniture, hardware, clothing. Brands can get their hands on sponsored product listings here that appear in search results across everywhere on Walmart's properties. They can also run attention-grabbing display ads in high-traffic areas across Walmart's website and app. Other retail media networks that have emerged include Kroger, like we mentioned earlier, and Instacart, which bundles together lots of different grocery retailers.
So Vericast, what does innovation mean to you?
Innovation is important because we're never standing still. We're never standing still as an organization, and we're never standing still as individuals either. And the idea of innovation to me is getting better, but getting better through listening and learning from prior experiences. How are we challenging each other? How are we thinking differently, all in the service of creating value? Value for our customers, value for our associates, and value for each other as team members. So innovation, I think, is the driving force that pushes us to continue to ask those questions. Are we still doing things the way that we should be doing things? Are we doing things in a way that is creating value? And how do we continue to create that value, knowing that the world that we live in is changing every day?
What is it about human nature that pushes us to be innovative anyway? It can be messy. It can be hard. And if you're trying to do it within your own organization, it can seem so extra on top of your day job. So it's not for everybody. It's for those who can become comfortable with being uncomfortable and reach a little bit higher. And if just a few of us can reach a little bit higher, it will just lift everybody up. And that's what I think innovation is.
Innovation to me at Vericast is all about the creation and the introduction of something new or improved. It's all about reimagining our space now for future sustainability. I think at this pace our industry is moving, we have to be especially focused on innovation efforts. But I think an opportunity for us is definitely thinking about that bigger picture idea, that longer term planning as an opportunity for us to continue to position ourselves as a leader in the space.
Innovation to me is as much about simplification as it is about building something new. You don't always need to be developing a new molecule, a brand new approach, a product that previously didn't exist. The things that we're asking marketers to do, contemporary marketers, work with messy data, understand machine learning, apply that knowledge to optimize campaigns. Those things are inherently hard. And I think innovation can come in the form of simplifying that process, simplifying the user experience, always making it super clear to the user where they are in that process and what they need to do next. And sometimes that's more powerful than building something brand new because it can be transformative and keep our customers moving.
Innovation for me is not just doing something new or in a new way, but actually solving a problem or creating some new value. We've been taking car services or taxis for years before Uber. But Uber created new value for both riders and for drivers. At Evite, we took something that people had been doing in stone tablets and paper for literally thousands of years and created new value for hosts and for guests and did it for free by innovating the business model. As a dad, I pick up a lot of towels. This hook is simple enough for a 5-year-old to use and resist the towel getting knocked off. Doing the same thing that we've been doing for years in a new way and creating value. So for me, innovation is invention, but also creating new value or solving a problem or both.
I believe that innovation is a lot like relationships. It's based on a value exchange. Just like in your relationships, you bring value to those closest to you, to your friends, to your family. They bring value to you. Innovation is driven from that same type of value exchange. How do we think about solving a pain in a new way? How do we bring something new to market? How do we make it better, faster, or easier to do? In reality, just like we bring relationships to work every single day, we can drive innovation every single day in everything that we do.
To me, innovation is building new and or iterating on existing states to drive continued relevancy and to be at the forefront of trends. It's about understanding both the challenges and the opportunities of industries and ecosystems that surround us and creating mutually beneficial opportunities to address those need states. It is vitally important in order to continue to not only be an exceptional business partner, but more importantly, a contributor to those industries that we all play in and love so dearly.
To me, innovation is when we take problems and we see them across our industry daily, hourly, minute by minute, and we take those problems and we look at ways to solve them for our customers. I think it's amazing what you can do when you just pay attention and you listen to what our clients and customers are trying to achieve, and you then take that information and listen to what our technologists are capable of solving, and you combine those two things and you get an innovative process just inherently. It's amazing what people can come up with when you talk through the problem and really make sure you bridge the gap of understanding between what the business need is, what the business opportunity is, with what that technological capability can be. You know, a lot of times we have to build it. It's not what we've done before. It's not what we've already done. It's not what everyone else is doing. It's what we can do through innovation, through looking across the organization and across all of everyone we work with, that we can build amazing things that differentiate us and get us closer to our customers. That's innovation.
What is innovation and why is it important? Well, I think to our associates within Vericast and our clients, innovation is an indication that we are setting the trends, moving forward, helping drive performance, and not merely responding to other people's trends. I think it's appropriate to say that in today's market, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. And innovation is that engine that makes sure that we continue to move forward.
So to me, innovation is a combination of two different variables. First and foremost, it's building new products and services that are differentiated in the marketplace. And second, it's about iterating on the existing product set that we have so that we're not stale and staying flat continuously, rather growing and improving upon what we have. Overall, it's very important because the marketplace perception around a company tends to play a major role from a selling perspective on whether people are buying you or the next guy down the street. And when we tend to be a company that stands still or is a little bit slower to move, there's a perception that our product isn't as good or on the forefront of technology, which is a challenge when we're trying to grow the baseline of our business.
What is innovation? That's a pretty good question. Different people describe innovation in different ways. To me, innovation is about driving a problem forward. It's about pushing the boundaries of a certain solution and helping make it more efficient, more customer friendly, easier to use, and so on and so forth. So for me, innovation is about driving our thinking and the way we do things forward. And it is very important because it's something we do once, but it can have impact, ripple effects on the industry. It can have ripple effects for how we do things internally and for our customers, most importantly. So innovation for me is something we do once, and and then it has ripple effects, and we keep benefiting from it.
To me, innovation comes in two different areas. It's either understanding and identifying a new customer need, or it's in delivering a solution to that need in a new and different way. And to me, it's important because that's really how you stand out from everyone else, right? You're doing something in a better, new, different way. And the thing I think that really sets apart innovation, or is the way I think about it, is that there's always some element of risk with innovation. So if you're doing something in a way that it's not all that clear how it's going to work out. It's something new and different no one's seen before. And so there's an element of risk in there. And I think with any innovation, you have to be willing to take on some level of risk, manage that, and work through it.
Innovation is about finding a way to make a selfie video that doesn't make you want to cringe at the end of it. It's about change, finding new ways to do things that solve pain points and problems in a way that makes users happy and feel value at the end.
Hey there, Vericast team. It's Keith Hernandez of the formerly of the New York Mets and currently with the SNY broadcast team, at least for the last 16 years. Innovate and try new approaches. Start thinking small, can turn into something big. Try to collectively work together with bring up some new ideas so you can stay competitive in your market. And it's like starting a new hitting streak or breaking out of a slump. So when you break out of a slump, you're red hot for around a month, and that's what's going to happen. Always think positive, always keep an open mind, and always strive to be the very best. So I'll let you go with that. Take care. Good luck.
Wow. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Team Vericast. Wow, some amazing themes there. Innovation. We are always moving. We are learning from our past. We are creating value as a team, pushing each other further and always driving forward. Innovation is for those who go beyond their comfort zone. They want to get messy, welcome a challenge, and go to new places. Well, I want to hear about your towel hook. I want to hear about your Harold Arlen moment. Did you buy your new favorite product because it appeared as a sponsored ad? Track me down on email, Slack, on phone. I'd love to hear your story. Share it with the Vericast team in my next presentation. And thank you again. Thanks so much for tuning in. And thanks to everyone who chipped in and shared videos.
Adam is the man, I guess.
This is KDKA of the Westinghouse Electric and Manufacturing Company in East Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We shall now broadcast the election returns. We are receiving these returns through the